How are we doing today, Twin Flames? I hope you're all doing well, and that you made it safely through Hurricane Milton if your area was affected by its wrath. This Twin Flame Ascension Energies reading will be covering the full Super Hunter's Moon in Aries, also the full Super Harvest Moon, due to be the biggest and brightest supermoon and full moon in general out of this entire year. As you probably already know, whenever supermoons occur, this works to greatly enhance and intensify its energy and theme, forcing us to get our acts together in areas we've been lagging with greater force, and to change outdated behavior patterns, holding us back in our ascension out of our old bodies, to close down old cycles holding us back to old timelines, creating intense emotional purges and shifts, and to remove false belief systems, keeping us weighed down in multiple areas, and even more. It being in Aries this month is working to help us act quicker and with much more tenacity than we may have been used to in the past, in terms of moving forward in life to bigger and brighter things, just like the moon will be shining for us this month. Light codes that typically transmit to us from its spiritual, mystical influences are also majorly increased when in super mode, providing us even more healing and clarity than we usually receive from regular full moons as a result. And lastly, if you are curious on a more grounded level, the harvest and hunter theme of it symbolizes herbs becoming ripe enough to pick from the ground, as well as actual hunters feeling more energized and willing to hunt more consciously and for the right reasons. Spiritually, the harvest theme usually signifies a huge manifestation of abundance after seeds you've planted in the past for this to occur finally begins to sprout from the ground after quite some time, which is perfect timing for us twin flames who've been at the forefront of our mission to not just ascend with our beloved twin flame in the right way, but to also assist in shutting down the Hunger Games ascension process that we've all been a part of and hijacked by since way back in 2012. So, now that I feel we've gathered enough info to freshen us up before we begin the reading, I think now is a great time to go ahead and start. First off, from the Ten of Wands, I am immediately seeing a depiction of all the seeds we've had to plant, conveyed by the flame-lit torches behind her, as well as all of the steps we've had to take thus far throughout our long journey away from grace and all things natural, in order to be where we are, standing tall and upright over the devil like we are today. I can practically feel the deep breaths and fatigue running throughout the young Starseed's body in order to commemorate all the struggles she's been through to be where she is today, right before she lands into the oasis paradise that we've been gravitating towards throughout our trek away from the Witch Age and Dark Age period that we've been stuck in. If you participated in prior readings, then you've also very likely succeeded in the important mission of overcoming the distorted masculine Christ, or in other words, the distortion code that took over our divine masculine counterparts throughout their entire lives practically, allowing us to rise back up into the natural positions we were in before we came across them, as well as ascend into our Empress, Princess positions far up beyond them where we belong, making it so they are able to heal on their own, and even much quicker due to the absence of our essence that they've been used to surrounding them for ages. Now it is their time to do the hard work, feeling as if the weight of the world, hell, the whole universe, is upon their shoulders for once. This will automatically force them to get real for a change, but really real, as they finally feel all of the stakes at play that's truly been at play the entire time that we've been doing all the work singularly, rather than as a team like we're meant to. I do feel and begin feeling forgiveness setting in last night, especially within the once severely depleted hearts and souls of the Divine Feminine Christ, so that the whole ordeal can be viewed and rationalized from the correct perspective, and so that the energy of our goodbye won't be too scattered or more severe and dramatic than it needs to be, which is a very good thing to be experiencing as a result of all this chaos. True womanhood, as well as manhood, if you're a male in the divine feminine role, is felt setting into the young traveler in the illustration, but very seriously this time, more than ever before, making it so that this is the real thing here this time, guys. We are truly ascending out of the confines of our old bodies, integrating our new 2.0 light bodies, prophesized to us for so long by many gurus and practitioners, telling the Matrix B system and everyone who dared cross us the wrong way to kiss our asses goodbye. Mayday and Doomsday energies are at play within this very heavily, which coincides with Judgment Day as well, charging us up with his Sisterhood of the Rose, Lion Tribe of Judah frequencies and template, so that we may facilitate Judgment Day and Revelations period as grounded Jehovah's Witnesses, commemorating all that we've been through and where we come from within all time and space as an effect. This will surely make us fully prepared for the official event once it officially takes place. The Dark Mother entities leading the entire Hunger Games ascension process, doing her best to wrap all around our bodies, life force energy, birthrights and inheritances, like a boa constrictor, is also felt being completely destroyed and eradicated from our lives altogether, helping true, normal reality seep back in as a result, as well as all of the light she and her helpers ruthlessly ate up over the years that they have full permission to do this freely. For it has been their playground, rather than a second childhood New Earth playground, just like you may have seen depicted in shows like American Horror Story Apocalypse or The Handmaid's Tale, for example. But the big 180 flip that I and other experts on here have been prophesizing is now commencing even right now as I speak, setting everything back into its proper balance and alignment once again, after being severed from this very natural, easy, effortless thing for seemingly way too long now. There are no fair amount of thank yous and congratulations that I can possibly distribute to you, all for your hard work and sacrifice, and slaying the devil, his willing minions, and your twin along the way. But thank you so very much, and so much congratulations to you all nonetheless, for all you've achieved during your time here in Mother Earth. From the Four of Wands, I'm immediately seeing the freedom I was just speaking about, playing out within the youthful women in the illustration, us newly resurrected and restored divine feminine beings, as well as the high-vibrating, free-flowing, incredibly uniquely spiritual Hannah spirit found in the purest of starseeds, circulating all around and within them, marking even further that we have now reached the peak of Mount Everest, as well as the pivotal period we've been long waiting for, where we shift out of the Age of Pisces timeline and into the Golden Age of Aquarius paradise. I'm also feeling a dramatic bump-a-bump-a-bump, movie-like drum beating in the background along with this, letting us know just how dramatic and climactic this shift out of damnation will be for us once its full effect catches up with us. The drum beat is also a depiction of the music playing within and all around the women in the image, which I'm going to intend we all feel within us fully right now to enhance this celebratory period that we're in now. And I can even feel our divine masculine counterparts leaving us even further as a byproduct, making it so the women completely forget about them, allowing them, us, to truly dance freely and ignorantly without them, just like we once did before we entered this strange realm of twin flames. What a huge success this is to be home in such a way, right? For we deserve this, deserve this, deserve this, for all we've done to be here, but also just for being the beautiful Hannahs we naturally are at the core, even before we began the journey. I can also feel the girls' consciousness rising all the way up to the ethers, as if it is all being done themselves, due to their bold choice of going back to God, putting Him first, trusting in Him to show us the way back home to both His heart and soul, but also our own very important heart and soul in return. When I say to you that He also thanks you for courageously doing this, even with all the tension in between us, making us feel separate from Him and causing perceived distance throughout our trek back to His spirit, believe when I say that He truly does. The slightly provocative clothing they wear is reminding us that spice, healthy spice that is a healthy and natural part of youth and life in general, which we are also being told to return to as well, never minding perverted people's opinions of us like before. Yes, even if you are male, for they will be taken care of by the new divine authority in place, allowing us to do what we so please, free of the fear of being unfairly judged or persecuted, even in a friendly way from their perspective, air quotes unfriendly. For that era is uncalled for now, and exactly what we've been severed from to attain our most ultimate freedom. Beat your tambourine if you have one. Beat your etheric tambourine if you so please. Raise your hands to the heavens. Put on some fun, spicy, or upbeat music if you feel guided to, in order to help the energies flow through you much effortlessly. For when things shift fully back to normal, you will have the natural instinct to do this, just like you once did before the ascension process began, without having to be told to for spiritual purposes by a guru. Total reclamation of life is what we are grabbing back from the devil this supermoon period, ruthlessly, cheerfully, and snarkily, just like the badass kids we naturally are at the core. And lastly, from the Nine of Wands, this immediately looks like a depiction of the theme and message of the entire tarot reading that we've been facilitating, with the bold, courageous, Newly restored, risen from the ground like a phoenix from the ashes, divine feminine Christ twin flame warriors at the top of the world, where she belongs, never to fall short of this or a single inch from her perfect eternal grace ever again. For nobody. I'm even feeling old twin flame energy within this, which can feel pretty witchy as well, letting us know even further how far we've come throughout history in these roles, the ones who paved the way before us, bless them immensely and endlessly, how much they've been sustaining for us all this time throughout our journey back to our soul, their major success in teaching us, leading us, and planting all the seeds they've planted for themselves in Mother Earth, which is ready to fully sprout to reward them now, as well as all of the success they've achieved, running throughout our veins throughout the years, even if we lost touch with this, and bursting through us to remind us of this at the end of our own personal journey. The old twin flame essence, by their approval alone, is now able to fully integrate within us just as much as we need this, so that we may mature in all areas we need to from this, as well as show the world, even our twin flames in the future, that we are old in this way, matured, that it is beautiful and perfectly okay. For we have been somewhere, even before this current incarnation, although we may not thoroughly remember it in its entirety. Right from this, I began to feel the old witch soul and experience and essence begin to digest, integrate, and tuck into the young black woman, now turned earth goddess, although she already truly was, so that she may comfortably experience this whenever necessary, as well as energies from the black culture lineage being distributed to its correct recipients, so it may be tucked in the same way, making them more whole, experienced, natural, in their body, and themselves than ever before. What a huge milestone, miracle, and dream come true for anyone in the ascension process who knew they were lacking this, felt uneasy, or even reverse racist for seeking something such as this, as well as such a rewarding gift to enter the process without, but somehow leave with entirely in the end, huh? Thieves! Now, just like the Black Earth Goddess youth, even if you're a male, standing tall and upright in the illustration, you may now firmly, boldly, and piercingly look the former enemy straight in the eyes like daggers, letting them know that you are Mayday, that you are the storm wreaking havoc amongst the nations, and that you're the one who doesn't give two damns about who gets scathed by your eternally burning, ferocious, unforgiving flame, for they're the ones who caused you to get to this level with their reckless evil in the first place. For when a true warrior is called to step up to duty, they step up and show up like it's the real deal. Aren't you prepared? The past that caused us all sorts of unnecessary limitations, but necessary enough for us to grow in the tremendous way we've grown, is felt gradually exiting behind her and fading away with the old matrix, putting us into the correct human timelines that we're meant to be in as human beings first and foremost on planet Earth. Meaning that we have actually done it and have officially won the spiritual warfare, which is the energetic equivalent of World War III, as a result of all of our efforts. Our work is officially done, we can now let the past completely rest, and martial law can now take effect to enlighten and awaken humanity, as well as lead them the rest of the way home. Victory is ours, for we most certainly created it. To wrap it all up, I've noticed, if you have too, that the entire reading consisted of the wand suit, which is very rare and always occurs to grab our attention for some important reason. The reason I'm feeling this time is to let us know surely, firmly, and without a doubt that Mayday period is now here, that awakened twin flames are the most important beings in the world right now, and that twin flame warriors with fire signs dominant in their natal chart are not to be effed with like before at this time. For, like the natural stars we are, it is our time to shine in big, bright ways, and our spirit team, inner selves, and higher selves will not allow any hater to hold us back for the long term. This is when they finally get the picture that you are to never mess with God's children for jealous, petty, personal purposes just because they trigger you for humbly thriving uniquely as they're supposed to. You are not of God or his child, for you obviously hate him, everything about him, everything he stands for, which is why you are being fully removed from this knowing altogether for daring to think you are still favored by him somehow. Hopefully this rude awakening will be just what you need to help you see the full error of your ways, the full area of your ways some more, and the full area of your ways some more, for you have surely been busy, playing in the dark by yourself with the devil, all in God's name for way too long now. Rise and shine from your beautiful slumber now, however, kids, for it is time to smell the roses. With all that being said, happy harvest season 20s, and I'll see you on the other side.